Hey, Shavua Tov, Boker Tov, broadcasting. And Tzvi is already in his vehicle. And for me, we're still wearing my Shabbos suit. We just came out of Shabbos. It's getting closer. We're getting closer to you. And we're starting a new week, but unfortunately I have to start with the fact that 2 American soldiers were killed during an Iranian attack on the Muwawas Fak Air Base in Jordan. And as far as I'm concerned, it's like the Americans fighting against the Nazis on our side is fighting against Iran, against terrorism, and they lost 2 soldiers, and I assure you it's going to cost them big time, because I don't think Donald Trump is going to take it sitting down. Anyway, so we wish Hatzlacha Rabbah for the allied forces against terrorism, against evil. This is today is Hay of, and it's the yahrzeit of the Ari, and it's interesting.
Can you see Tzvi, Marty?
Yes, I can see Tzvi beautifully.
Okay.
And I can even see myself because there was a reflection.
That's okay, but your phone was headed a little to this side.
There's a reflection of me in that phone. Reflection. Anyway, so his name is Yitzchak Luria, and my cousin Meir Leib, the Bostonians, are Lurie. So you'll never know if there is a connection there, whether there's an Ariel connection. Today is also the yahrzeit of Reb Chaim Ozer.
Oh.
Did you know that, Tzvi? Reb Chaim Ozer Grzinski. Reb Chaim Ozer Grzinski. We anybody who's learning Torah Gemara knows Reb Chaim Ozer, and also it's the yahrzeit of Gedalia Chiyun, and we're going to talk about each one of them. But we start with our Tehillim for especially all the wounded, the Ptsuim, and it's really Shabbos. Now, you know, I would have chosen a lot of Karlbach, the L'chun that we all know, but every one of them is an instrumental. You know, they don't have it a cappella. So I chose something else, and you'll have to bear with me. It's the 9 days. It's not only the 9 days, it's Shvuah Shechalbo. So even our Sfardim are with us. And hold on a second.
Tzvi will say he can't hear it anyway, so...
No, that's not true. We're going to have to correct that. It's Tzadik Hey. Here we go. Okay. Cannot hear. I don't understand that.
I'm trying every angle. You hear now?
No.
You hear nothing?
Nothing.
Still, I don't understand it. That's crazy. I have the bottom of that device facing my phone because the sound comes out
So
of the
listen
bottom.
to me.
No, we want to listen to this thing.
Ve'oma Amta Asher Nishbati Biapi. Okay, here we go. Ahachenu Kol Beis Yisrael. Kol Beis Yisrael. Hanasun Batzara Ova Omdim Oho Ben Bayabasha Hamakam Rachem Yerachem Aleim Yotzim Zara L'Revacha Yara, Umeshiba Legula Hashta, Bagala, Ovisman, Koriv, Nomar, Amen. Okay, the Sveitan Pasuk for Tzadik Hey, the Chunrana is Nekadma Fanov, Lama Zich Federen Sukumin. Federen, Pei Ayin Dalid, Ayin Reish Nun. Federen Sukumin. To come, it's a metaphor, to come to feathers.
To come to feathers?
It's like...
That's like Schlafgesund.
Right.
No, but it's like the young reaching a level of maturity. So that's what it is. It's interesting. It's Nekadma, fun of, Lama zich feren sukumin farim besoda mit dank, bismiros norialo mit gezong, lamer leiben hoich zu im. As we should sing loudly to him. But again, to get back to the metaphor, Lama zich federen sukumin, to come to the feathers, which means the young reaching a level of maturity.
Do you see Sweetheart?
So, yes, I see Svi. So that's my Yiddish for today, my Winkel. And since you're not near Gan Sacher, where you would give us your Verta, I'm going to start with Reb Chaim Oz.
I'll tell you, I didn't start the Winkel yet, so I don't have words, but I'll tell you one word that I told my wife over Shabbos. I took it from my Bar Mitzvah speech that Rabbi Savitsky wrote, and it's a really cool word. It's a really good word. The word is, I'm gonna spell it and see if you can pronounce it. Aleph, Yud Nun, Dalid Ayin Reish, Aleph Mem Taf Nun.
Indaraman. I didn't spell it, but anyway, you tell us. Inderman.
The word is Inderemison.
Oh,
Wow.
Inderemeson.
Okay.
Isn't that a nice word?
Yes.
And
Inderemison.
to tell
Good word.
you the truth, Inderemeson.
Yeah.
To tell you the
To
truth.
tell you the truth.
Oh.
Wow.
Inderemison.
Hey, good for you.
Well, you know what? I'm going to give you a little help from the life. Chaim Ozer, Ben David, Shlomo Grozinski,
That was a cool word, though.
Mechuna Achiezer. נולד ב-1863 ונפטר ב-1940. נולד בליטא, ידוע בעילוי מ-Ivy. How do you like Ivy? Aleph Yud Yud Vav Yud Hey, Ivy. Lomad,
An Ivy League.
the Ivy League.
Yeah, right.
Lomad b'Yeshivas Bevolozhin. He was a chavrusa with the Brisker Rav, Reb Chaim Brisk. Ben Esrim Hitchatein. ב-1887 היה מנהיג רוחני ליהדות וילנה, and the base he in his base measures he came the kibbutz shel Reb Chaim Ozer. You know, it's interesting. People think a kibbutz, they're thinking of an agricultural village, but a kibbutz in a yeshiva is a higher group of learners who are not necessarily in the shir. They're called kibbutz. ב-1932 היה רב בווילנה, and he was a mechaber.
I just want to tell you something because because we're talking and I was driving down Rehov Azza, so I automatically turned in to
This kid.
This,
No,
the
to...
street,
Yes.
and here we are. If you're missing your home,
oh,
Ah,
oh.
they're so nice.
I'm going to walk right. Okay, Chaim Tovim, I'm getting out of the car.
Tell them to look up and make sure the windows are closed.
okay, go ahead. Another minute till he gets the gun.
Okay, so he, of course, he was mechaber the Shut Achiezer, the Kobitz Igros, and Igros Reb Chaim Ozer. Okay, in terms of the Ari, Rabbi Yitzchak ben Shlomo Luria Ashkenazi, the Ari, what's the Ari? Elokai Rabbi Yitzchak. That's why it's called the Ari. Elokai Rabbi Yitzchak. Nolad b'Yerushalayim b'shnat 1534 v'niftar b'tzfas hayom hey Menachemov ב-1572. Higata? Did you get to Gan Soccer? Is that what I heard you say? Not yet.
No, not yet.
Okay.
Another 2 seconds.
Okay. כשאביו נפטר היה ארי בן 8 ונסע עם אמו רבקה למצרים. שם גדל בבית דודו העשיר רב מרדכי פרנקס. כבר בילדותו גבר בחכמתו ופלפולו בגמרא על כל בני גילו. כשהיה בן 15 שנים נשא את בת דודו לאישה. דודו פרנסו בכבוד. בהיותו בן 21 התעמק בספר הזוהר, שנתפס אז בפעם הראשונה. Okay, oh wow. Look at that, Gan Soccer. Ah, wow.
I can tell you, what I probably tell you every time there's a yahrzeit from a Chaim Ozer, is that Rav in Boston, of Shlomo Margolis, was a Navardika, and he was from a place called Ivia. So he learned.
That's what I just talked about. Ivia. That's what I couldn't pronounce it. Okay. Ivia.
So he learned in Ivia, and he learned in the Navardic yeshiva that was in Ivia. Now, all the Navardic yeshivas were called on the name of the Saba Minavardik. His name was Yosef Yozel Horowitz. So all the yeshivas were called Beis Yosef. But his yeshiva in Ivia, which was a Navardic yeshiva, was called Beis David. And the reason it was called Beis David...
Chaim Ozer's father.
That's right. It was Chaim Ozer's father was there, and they were mechabed him, so they called the yeshiva on his name.
Wow.
So Shlomo Margolis told me that one time he went to Vilna, and he had to go to Vilna for something, but he went to Vilna, but this is like a very Navardic type of story, because the Alter himself would go places without any money, and he went to Vilna, but he didn't have money to get back to Ivia. So he told me that. So he said, "So what is a younger man? What does he do? What does he do if he doesn't have any money and he can't get back? What does he do?" He said, "Go to Reb Chaim Ozer, of course. What else do you do in Vilna?" So he went into Reb Chaim Ozer, and Reb Chaim Ozer had a particular affinity for the yeshiva of Nevada in Ivia because it was named
after his father.
The name of his father. So he had an affinity. So he told him that he learns in Beis David in Ivia, and so the Chaim Ozer was very happy. And of course, he gave him money and probably gave him food and gave him everything what he needed to get back to the yeshiva. But that's what he said to me. He said, Reb Chaim Ozer was the address for anybody that needed anything.
Chesed.
That was the address.
That's amazing. What a
he was literally his name. Shmo Chaim Ozer. He was literally.
Yeah. Wow.
Anyway.
Kachu.
Kishmo Kenu.
Okay, so Tzvi, so we wünsch euch also lernen these Wörter von Basic Heintig.
Wie ist gewesen Shabbos dort
in gewesen Mabel von Geshomim, Sach Geshomim, Gashmius, und mir hat gedavent Bechaim Veshalom. Ich hab geduchend zweimal ich hab geduchend. Ich hab gegessen a broina eier, a brown egg, because they had a Sephardish minion. So instead of cholent, we had a brown egg. So
right, they call it chaminada.
Chaminada.
Yeah.
Okay.
So ask maybe Tzvi knows how they do it. Tzvi, how do they get the inside of the egg brown instead of white? With the outside, the shell was absolutely clean and white. It was not cooked in a cholent. It seemed to me there was something there that looked like a small appliance that plugged into the wall that had 2 layers in it, and each layer had 6 holes, like you could put 6 eggs in. I'm wondering if that was an electrical thing that they put the eggs in to cook them until they brown. The outside, the shell was pure white. The inside, the white of the egg was brown, and even the yolk of the egg was a darker color, and the eggs were boiling hot when they gave them to us.
You hear that? So that's the question.
That's a question for Reb Klonim.
Well, Klonim, okay, Klonim and Shmaryahu. Shmaryahu, if you have any idea how the Svardish eggs become brown
without being in the
cholent. Anyway,
they were part.
Ich wünsche euch Chaim Tovim.
Chaim Tovim.
Have a good spazier.
Yom Tov.
Good spazier.
Bye.
Okay, here we go. I'm going to turn. And now we're going to continue the shir. It's such a pleasure to be in Eretz Yisrael with Zvi. And we're in the middle of the Ari. And we're saying the Ari Zal Haya Talmido Shel Rab David ben Zimra, the Radbaz. Rab Betzal Ashkenazi, the Baal Shita Mekubetzet. Achar Nisuav im Bat Dodo Hitboded im Rab Betzal Ashkenazi, the Baal Shita Mekubetzet, Sheva Shanim. Va'achar Kach Hitboded Ot Sheshanim Levad. Yesh me'achokrim she'omrim she'et hashita mekubetzet al masechta menachos kasvu biyachad. They co-authored. Ach hapirush avad kishe'od haya ktad yad. Hari lo katav et chidushay b'kabbalah v'lo ta'arato yadua lano rak mikitvei talmidav. Shloshet talmidav hagadolim hayu Reb Chaim Vital, Reb Yosef ibn Tabor, ורב ישרול סרוק. בין הספרים החשובים בהם פרסם רב חיים ויטל את תורת רבו, יש למנות את עץ חיים. עץ החיים. מכתבי הארי ז"ל עצמו נשארו בידינו מספר פיוטים לשבס. For example, הזמר בשבחים, הסדר לסעודסו, בני החולה, באבחס רוכל, סימן קוף למד ווב, נמצא שאלה בדיני שותפוס, שהארי שאל את בייס יוסף, בין תלמידיו היה גם רב שלמה אלקוביץ, רב יוסף קארו, רב משה אלשיך, רב אליהו דיביזש, רב יוסף הגיז. כתוב בספר עמק המלך, כשחזר בית יוסף מאירוסין של בנו, שיכולתן הארי, אמר לאשתו, אי אפשר לאדם בשר ואדם להגיע בשכלה למען שיודע הוא, אין זה כי אם נשמת אחד מהנביאים הראשונים. לגבי ייחוסו, או ספרדי או אשכנזי, לדעת החסם סופר, יען כי ארי היה ספרד, ככה הוא כתב, לפי החסם סופר הוא היה ספרדי, אמנם החידה, כתוב, הארי היה מחכמי אשכנז. And the Stay Chemed says, הנך רואה מרגלה פפום רבני הספרדים שרבנו הארי היה אשכנזי ורבני אשכנזים נגדי שהיה ספרדי. So he was both. Okay, so we already learned about Reb Chaim Ozer. Let's learn about Gedalia Chion, שנולד ב-1653 ונפטר ב-1750. נולד בקושטה בטורקיה, היה תלמיד רב חיים אלפנדרי, ו-1733 היה שדר, שליח דרבנן, מטעם חברון לטורקיה, ועד פרקי קושטה. ב-1737 ייסד בירושלים את ישיבת המקובלים, מדרש החסידים, אחר כך ישיבת המקובלים בית אל. ב-1750 היה ראש ישיבה. עד כאן היורצייטים של היום. עכשיו אנחנו ממשיכים בשיעור, שכל השיעור שלנו זה נדחי ישראל, and the appendix, The nispach we have is the Kontras Tefaረት Adam, and we are continuing in Perek Vav. Biyachad im chavera l'shevet ba'asefet bachurim batlot. When a person is lax in his observance of mitzvos and he tries to beautify himself by using a razor, which causes him to over 5 lavim, so eventually he gets into mixed sexual company, boys and girls. Asher b'seifot ke'ela yadua she marviach yetzer hara harbe ma'od, where the yetzer hara takes hold of him. Avonos mehirhorim, v'avonos meleitzonos, v'avonos menivul pekadoma. All sorts of averos are resulting therefrom, having to do with his speech and his thoughts. Umi garam lo, calls that. What really caused all this? Sheyitein yidei mitzchila yitzro ayigdei kishut rosho v'tal soro. Just simply by beautifying himself, by adorning himself, one leads down a slippery slope to the other. V'reina masha amru b'gemara in the Dorim tes amid beis. Amar Shimon HaTzadik, Pam achas ba lifnanai adam echad. One time there was a person sheba lahakriv karban niziraso u'legayach sara. He went to bring his carbon nizirus and to shave his hair. Nazir min adaram. Ra'isi shehu yafe einayim. I saw he really had beautiful eyes, v'tov ro'i, and good looking, ukvotzosa meduras lo taltalim, and locks of hair arranged in curls. Amarti lo, beni, I said to him, my son, ma ra'isa lahashchi sa'archa zu hagor. Why did you cut your hair completely? Amali roa hayiti, he said, I was once a shepherd, la'aba, and I worked for my father. Be'iri, halachti l'malos mayim, I went to fill the water for the tzon, min ha'ma'ayan, from a spring wood. V'nistakalti b'vo'ah b'shali, and I looked at my image. Pachar el yitzrei matoch shera'iti b'mayim tzurasi kol kach noya nib'arai la yitzri. I saw how good looking I was, and my yetzer hara bikesh lavienu lidei masin roim, brought me to bad habits. Midkare la yitzri, my yetzer overtook me, ubikesh lavienu lidei masin roim, the mordeni min olam, and to rebel against the Kadosh Baruch Hu, as Rashi brings down. Ubikesh le tordani min olam, amarti lo, Russia, lama atam iskai ba'olam she'ena shelcha. How are you taking so much pride in this world which is not yours? Show us lios rima vasalea, that you are eventually going to be, your body is going to be food for worms. Avoda shagalcha l'shem shmayim miyad madati nishkati aroshi v'marti lo b'ni kamocha yirbu Yisrael Niziros Yisrael. So he realized that this world was temporary, and therefore he realized that all his good looks was only going to cause him trouble, and therefore he cut his hair, and therefore he said to him, Shimon HaTzadik said to him, may many of you, B'ni Kamocha Yirbu, Nozrin and Zeros Yisrael, many should be like you. Alecha Kasav Omer Ish Ki Yafli, who explicitly Lindor Neder Nazir Lahazir Hashem. Hare Shakishu Vatiltu Mevi Adam Yidei Hiskabrus Hayetzer. And really the bottom line is, the Chafetz Chaim says that by cutting your hair and using a razor, making yourself handsome in this world, beautifies, leads to problems, and therefore you should not do them. A person who goes to adorn himself, im hayanosin leiv, the kashit nafsho, instead of adorning his body, he adorns his soul, his nefesh, below gufo, and not his body. Asher L'Psof Nasa Rim Avsleya, which, as we said over and over again, ultimately will be for worms. Kamamar Atana, as it says in the Pirkei Avos, Paragimel, Mishnah Aleph, Histaka b'shloshet dvarim ve'enu tabal lidei aveira. Look at three things and you won't do an aveira. V'shalo tavo, Rachmana l'tzon, shalo tavo, v'tchilas, asiba shemamshich la'adam, lavo la'averos, hainu shetira sheyetzrucha rotza l'mshach achar l'tkashik, hipoteres azochor. If you feel that your Yetzer Hara really wants you to beautify yourself, tizkar, should remember, la'ana taholech. Know ultimately where your body is going, shehu l'makom ofer rim avsleya, to the dust you shall return, to worms. Shekol yofi gufcha umatikus anascha titapech kol ofer. All your body, whatever beauty there is, will turn into dirt. V'taloim, and will be food for worms. Kashikasher yishkav gufa b'kever, as your body lies in its grave. B'vadai lo yagia lo od hanas yofi. He will not be able to experience the pleasure of his good-lookingness. Ukahena v'adarabba also litain din v'cheshbon al ma shehenik kol machshavos libo le'ela. And ultimately, just the opposite, or contrary, he will eventually have to account for all the averos that he had done. However, if he would concentrate on beautifying his soul, his nefesh, with mitzvot, he will literally give life to an eternal existence with his soul. Vata, and the Chofetz Chaim says, Achi, my brother, Hanosein kolib cholit kashit gufcha. You who really are concentrating completely to adorn your gashmius, your physical body. Levadom eleven, you're similar to a villager. Shahaya darko keshu eitzel b'nei akfar shahaya lovish big day. Ubo, that he would wear big day kavod, he would wear his clothing, and haya lovish vus, and when he went to the city, he wore less adorned, less type of clothing, and we're in the middle of the mashal, which will continue tomorrow. I see we have 27 minutes, which gives me enough time to mention the cholim, to mention the list of that I have from Yedidya. These are chayalim that are psuim kasheh, severely injured. Shalom ben Aviva, Idan ben Miriam, Ron ben Rochel, Tomer ben Tamar, Erez ben Meirav, Matan ben Nitza, Dani ben Yavigina, Navo ben Yafit, Amit ben Yaal, Or ben Ronit, Uri ben Rachel, Mayan ben Shagit, Yarden ben Ayala, Netanel Avraham ben Chia Simcha, Oded Ephraim ben Vivian, Chaim Idan ben Inbal, Roy Chaim ben Meirav, Avihu Raphael ben Anat, Chaim Daniel ben Hodaya, Iti ben Sigal, Yosef ben Chana, David ben Ziva, Aaron Raphael ben Elka, Niku Kabo Karina ben Karina Yodis, Iti Raphael ben Rotam, Yehonatan ben Adita, Shlomo Yitzchak ben Rachel, Leah ben Waed, David ben Chaya, Yosef ben Shoshana, David Machia, Michael ben Chana Ana, Roy ben Tali, Menachem David Chai ben Miriam, Moshe Chaim ben Karen, Yaakov Yisrael ben Verda, Itamar Menachem ben Ami Henya, Malachi Yekutiel ben Hila Daphna, and of course our own list of Yosef David ben Sora Reisel, Avram Yitzchak ben Sima, Baruch Yaakov ben Hoda ben Chayrito, Chana Basi Isha Binyamin ben Daniel, Margalis, Aryele ben Chai Tuba, Aaron Tzvi ben Nechama, Moshe ben Freda Leah, Yisrael ben Freda Hadassah, and for Zivug Noeh, Shalom ben Bela, Yehudit bat Chana Rachel, Yaakov ben Ruth, Avram, Shalom ben Rachel, Tamar ben Bat Zipporah, Malchiel ben Esther, and Avram ben Miriam. Everyone should have Chaim Tovim. Wonderful day.